Welcome back. We continue with the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown, and we're talking about college football. Yesterday, the MAC became the first conference, the big boys anyway, to say they're not going to continue to play, and they made that decision. Well, now we get word that the Big Ten apparently is going to be next, and then it may be a domino situation. But as I throw it to you, Andrew, on this one, Trevor Lawrence had an interesting tweet. He said, people are at just as much, if not more risk if we don't play. Players are going to be sent home to their own communities where social distancing is highly unlikely and medical care and expenses will be placed on the families if they were to contract the virus. So he's one of those guys who want to play. I know a lot of players who want to play, yet it looks like the decision will be made not to play. Which is the right decision?
Well, there was an ESPN poll about a month ago that said that more players would want to do it in the fall than pushing it back into the spring. So obviously Lawrence isn't alone, Bob. I would try it now. I know there's all kinds of obstacles when you're letting thousands of kids back on campus. The idea that these players are going to confine themselves to their dorm room and just play football is a really tough ask, but I would want to get it off the ground, and if you have an outbreak or if you have a lot of positive tests, well, then call it off then, and at that point have a plan B to play in the spring. But I wouldn't preemptively shut down the season just because the MAC did so.
I wanted to try it now, but I think because of a lack of leadership wherever, the NCAA, maybe the president could do something here. I think everything just needs to be pushed back 3 months to the spring. Regroup and see where we are right now, because...
Yeah, but what if it's the same place, though? Isn't that the same question?
I know. We could be at our worst right now, and if we're at the same place, I don't know. I don't think anyone knows the answer, but I would defer to someone in leadership. I think there's a lack of leadership here. I would love to try to play now, but I'm leaning towards let's just push everything back to January, practice in January and February, and play all sports.
Well, you can kiss goodbye all the draft-eligible players at that point.
But then I was told by an athletic director that then you have younger guys that can step up then. If they want to not play, then you have guys that are going to step up and make an impact. So it'll give younger guys a better chance.
I will say this. I think Lawrence does make a good point. A lot of people said to me, oh, these hockey players risking their health to play in these playoffs. I said, no, they're a lot safer in that bubble than you and I are if we go to Giant Eagle right now. Like, they actually are.
Good point.
I mean,
good point.
And the bubbles are doing this. And Lawrence, I just started following Lawrence on Twitter. He's actually a really bright kid. He makes some very interesting points, but he also is a little biased and clearly wants to play. I'm okay with the idea of them playing in the spring. And I will say this, guys, watching sporting events without crowds, it's an adjustment. It's not the same. Boy, is college football really college football without a crowd, without the pageantry, without everything else? I don't know. I feel like college sports maybe would be affected more than anything else that we watch.
No, I think that's an excellent point. That's the one area where you'd really miss it. Other places, I thought, for example, Josh, up in Toronto and Edmonton, they did a fabulous job with their bubble,
yes.
And they made, it seem like there's a lot of atmosphere in the building that was empty. So we'll see how it goes. We're going to talk when we come back about the Pirates, and they're not in a bubble, but there's nobody over there, and their series with St. Louis has been canceled already before it ever started. We're going to talk about the Pirates and where they're headed. Right now, worst record in baseball. Is that by design? Next, right here on the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown.